Hey everyone, I'm Elisa Jansen-Jones, the Director of the International Music Education Summit this year, and this is a short training to help you navigate your experience through this virtual summit this weekend so you can really optimize and get the very most out of this experience as possible, okay? What you see on the screen right now is the typical login screen, and it's got a countdown happening. There's also a fantastic video that will provide you some training as well. Once the presenter is in the room, and bear with me here because I'm toggling multiple computers, the screen should start to change. Now, if for some reason you are not able to log in or you don't get the registration link in an email, that's okay. I have sent out to all of you this little PDF, and it's got both the link to the registration page and to the live room direct. So if it's about time to go and you can't find the link for that particular webinar, this is the link to use to get right into the live room. So even if you want to disregard all those 50,000 emails that you get 15 minutes before each session, you can still log in to the live room. Now make sure that you do log in about 5 or 10 minutes before the session, just so you can make sure you have a seat. All right, if it's getting close to time and you still see this screen, you can just hit refresh and it will take you in, okay? Let's start the broadcast, and here you can see I've already got the presentation up and running. So let's take a look at your options here. This main screen is what the presenter is doing, okay? And you'll often see their little photo in this bottom corner if they have their camera on, and most of them will. But this is the most important part. This is where you can type messages in to the chat window. Now, there's a difference between just regular messages and if you have a question. So if you have a question, the presenters are probably not going to stop the presentation to answer your question. They're going to make you save questions till the end, and that's great. But if you don't want to have to remember your question, you can ask it like this. Just click on the 3 dots by chat and hit ask a question. Now, when you type it in, it will show up with a red dot. And at the end, the presenter can go through and answer all of the questions. Now, there are only a couple of sessions that have had to be pre-recorded, but everything else is totally live. And the presenter is waiting to show you. Most of them have been practicing with me all week, and it's been amazing. So let's address some other things. Let's see if we can get this to change. So what if your confirmation email doesn't show up? We just talked about that. Use the PDF to click into the live room about 5 minutes before the scheduled time. We talked about when to log in for each session. Now, what to have handy. Make sure that you are kind of settled for at least an hour or an hour and a half. So have a drink ready, have yourself comfortable, wear your fuzzy socks, do whatever you need to do to be comfortable. Now, whether you like to type your notes or take screenshots or have a notebook handy, be prepared to do so. So you've all attended classes before, which is why you are fabulous music teachers. So make sure that you're prepared to learn the best way that you can, okay? What if your feed doesn't start, and what if it starts to fail? So if things start to click out, that probably means that your internet isn't working, you're not hardwired in with an Ethernet cable. But if you need to, you can hit reconnect, and that might get you back onto the presentation, all right? If all else fails and you can't reconnect and it kicks you out of the room or the presentation ends early, then we can deal with that. Everything will be recorded, whether it's live and the actual thing being recorded, or the presenter will record it afterwards so that you still get the information. Either way, you're going to get the training and you're going to receive the credit for attending that training. All right, we already covered how to ask questions. Remember, it's the little 3 dots down by the chat window. And notice you can also decide if you want to share it with everybody, or sometimes they let you just share it with the presenter only, so that you don't have to feel embarrassed having your question noticed, okay? Not that you should. I mean, questions are good. What if somebody else has the same question as you, right? Now, there's a reason why the sessions are 3 hours apart. It's so that you can attend the session, which most of them are going to be between 45 and 90 minutes long, and then take some time to reset yourself for the next one, have a snack, get something to drink, whatever you need to do, and then be able to implement a little bit of what you taught or what you were taught. So make a plan, or all the presenters are going to have something for you at the end as a call to action. So something that they want you to do to start implementing the teaching. And that is your time to do so in between sessions. You don't have to run quickly from one session to the next session and not have any time to immediately implement the things that you're doing. That is why we're going to give you 2 credit hours for each session. It's so that you have time for implementation with every single one of these sessions. All right? Now, if you have any questions at all, and some of you really have, so let's address a couple of those PD questions. Yes, you will get a replay link. Everything is pre-set up that way. Everything's recorded, and it will send out about 24 hours after the session has ended. You should get an invitation to view the replay of that session. Again, if for some reason the entire session doesn't get recorded, the presenter will record it again, and we will have that made available to you either in the replay room or in the archives. Yes, you'll get a certificate for all the live sessions you register for. The webinar system tracks who shows up, how long you're there, and who has registered for that session. It's assumed that if you've registered and your email is linked to that session, that you deserve the credit for that session. That's your responsibility to go in and partake of that learning, okay, and implement it in your own life. Yes, you will have access to the recordings once the entire summit is over and I get out those initial professional development certificates. Then all of those will be downloaded and re-uploaded onto an archive page where you will be able to access them for up to 1 year. With each session, you'll also have the opportunity to apply for a certificate for that specific session. So you are getting every single session that is going to happen this weekend, which there are 36, okay? Now, if you have any questions at all, I'm here all weekend. If I don't get back to you immediately, I'm probably just taking care of my own 3 kids who are hanging out here as well. So I am here for you. Please don't hesitate to email me, contact@musicedsummit.org, or make sure that you're in the Teachers Lounge on Facebook. You can ask me questions there directly as well, and I'll be posting regular updates, and presenters will be getting in there and answering your questions as well. You're all welcome to do a live stream from that Facebook group and introduce yourself and interact with each other, because that's really half the fun of this international conference, is to get to know people from around the world and find the commonalities that we all have as music teachers. Because yes, in case we haven't met, I am a music teacher too. I'm a full-time K-8 music teacher, director of our community band, and I just happen to be doing this for you on the side. So again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and have a wonderful, wonderful summit.